does Dan want? Dan wants Tyre. I can't even remember his name properly. Tyron, right? Tyrone. Oh, he's... Why is he asleep? He can't see me then.
I took Tynan up on the book jam.
Tynan.
He hasn't seen it.
That's his name.
I took Tynan up on the book jam. He hasn't seen a word of my new book.
Okay, tell you what. If we don't let Tyron come over... Tynan, I forgot again. Then...
Hey, how's it going?
The book will stay completely Dan's, without any outside influence, and Dan can do this on his own. I have faith in Dan to write the book by himself, no help from the outside. Great. And Tommy's friend doesn't need to sleep over this weekend. He can sleep over any weekend. Why he chose this, why his parents chose this weekend, I do not understand. And Linda's parents, that is where we're going. They can come because it's probably, I don't know, you know, like spend time with your parents. It's a nice thing to do. And their marriage sounds like it could probably depend on it. So it's important to help them. It's not ugly. Is this just not ugly? I don't think that's ugly. I actually like oversized sweaters and stuff. So okay, Linda, here we go. Linda, yes, just pick it. Just pick it. Just do it. I can't do it. It's the right thing to do. We've talked this through. It's the right thing to do. But they already made commitments to Tyron. Oh, I don't like to cancel commitments. The parents haven't had a commitment. They said they weren't coming. Oh, but now at least the book is Dan's by his own. Oh dear. The Diary of Claire Bradford, September 7th, 1961. I realize now that this isn't about Roger. It's about me. I have to decide who I want to be. Marrying Roger will set up so many things in motion. We'll be a well-to-do couple, safe and secure, with wonderful friends and loving families. I may slowly fade into being Roger's wife instead of Claire. But that will be society's doing, not Roger. He loves me too much to do that. But what about my music? If I'm accepted at Berkeley, I don't know what we'll do. I can't ask him to quit his job a month after he starts. But what kind of couple lives in separate cities as soon as they get married? The decision can't be this black and white, can it? Position and safety versus a crazy pursuit alone? Is there a way to have it all? Do I even want it all? Will I ruin everything no matter what I choose? Oh, Claire, if only you had my guidance to stress instead of your stressing. I wonder what she did. I hope she married. If she doesn't love Roger, she shouldn't marry him. But if she loves Roger, then, you know, nothing should keep them apart. That's just how it should be. Let's head upstairs. Hello, Tommy. How are you doing tonight? Make a maze. Oh, I'm sorry, Tommy, your friend's not coming. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's a bad weekend. And you spent a whole time at camp with your friends, so... Keep his mouth shut. Oh, her father, and have an idea for me. Great. Tyron, maybe. Claire Bradford's diary, September 8th, 1961. This is the day after the last one. Roger and I talked everything over today, and it was a mistake to speak so soon. I never should have brought any of this up without making up my mind first. Now I've only made things more difficult. I guess I was daydreaming, and he asked me what was on my mind, and before I could help it, it just came out. Although maybe I wanted to get it off my chest. I told him I wasn't sure it was the right time to get married, and it upset him badly. It didn't matter how many times I told him that I wasn't calling it off, that I just had questions, that I hadn't made up my mind either way. All he heard was that I didn't love him anymore. Which isn't true at all, but it didn't matter how many times I said that either. He's gone off for a drive, and now I'm here in the house alone, and I think I've made up my mind. I hope he gets back soon so I can tell him. Oh, Claire, he loves you, and if you love him, marry him. Oh, I'm interested to find out what Claire does. Like, more so than... No, not more so, right? What just happened? Okay. Dan, because we made a commitment to Tynan, we're gonna take Dan's options. Tommy can have a friend over next weekend. I don't see why. I do feel bad though. Fishing poles or the blue sheets is where we're heading. And we'll just do like this so we can think about this. So Tommy can either... He's so excited to have his friend over. Why did the mother say yes when it was a no? So these must be the blue sheets. I suppose you can't have, like, your parents-in-law. Parent-in-laws? Parents-in-law? Parents-in-law? Is that a thing? You can't have his mother and father-in-law over at the same time as a friend. It just doesn't work. So maybe Tommy, because Tommy can have a friend over while his grandparents are home. Oh my word, okay. Dan is going to write this book by himself. He doesn't need outside influences. If he's not a good enough writer to make a book by himself instead of having Tyron write the whole thing, then maybe he shouldn't be writing the book. That's just something I'm saying to try and make myself feel better. Of course, he can get outside input, but he can't have friends over when he's got his parents-in-law over. Just, Tommy, it's happening. Okay. What a conflict. Okay. Done. We're done. I'm sorry, Dan. But you've been favored in the past. We've helped you and your choices, and now we need to help your family. So here we go. It's okay. We've done the right thing. Linda was so excited to see her parents that she almost felt happy about putting on the hideous sweater they had given her the previous Christmas. She paid close attention to how her mother and father interacted, and more than once she and Dan talked about their own marriage in that context. Their visit was a success, and her father was well behaved by his standards. Dan knew how important it was for Tommy to play with friends his age, so he grabbed the sheets and gave Tommy a few tips on the finer points of structural engineering and sofa-fort construction. The extra house guests meant the boys had to keep the noise down and play quietly, which put a damper on some of their fun. How can they not understand that? He's lucky he had a friend over at all. He shouldn't have even slept over. He should have just come for the day in the end. Dan hated missing a chance to get feedback on his book, and he found the company distracting. He tried to work through the commotion, but he never got into a rhythm. He couldn't even focus long enough to do the small corrections, so instead he accepted the role of selfless host and spent the weekend running errands, not working. That was your choice, Dan. You could have closed your door and blocked it all out, but you didn't. So it's not my problem. That's okay. I think that was a good week for the family, all in all. The funeral? What's happening next? Oh no!